called Memories. While creating this, I literally felt like I was feeding my emotions into the keyboard. This track, as you can tell by the cover, was dedicated to my mom. Weeks later, I would make an entire lo-fi hip-hop album called Quarantine. In this album, I tried to recreate the vibes of my time in quarantine through the music. I was very new to the lo-fi genre, and I was still learning music production, so the Quarantine album honestly wasn't that good, and it never became successful, but little did I know, a spark was about to ignite a new path for me. By early 2021, the COVID situation became a lot better and I was working normally again. During this year, I moved into my first apartment that I would live in without a roommate. I started thinking so much more about my future path, and I started to realize more and more that music would probably not work out for me. This was pretty hard to accept, but regardless, I still had a strong passion to create something entertaining, and I always wanted to see people enjoy whatever I do create. I eventually stumbled onto a YouTube channel called Think Media, which is a channel that gives advice on how to run a successful YouTube channel yourself. After this discovery, instead of listening to music at work like I normally would, I would start listening to Think Media videos every single day while working. This motivated me tremendously. Later that year, I decided to create the YouTube channel you're watching right now called Liquate. The name Liquate was inspired by my previously terminated account, Liquify. Days later, I posted my first video on this channel. Although this video was horrible, getting that first post out of the way really helped me, for some reason, to get the confidence that I needed to keep posting more and more. However, since I was at work so much, it was really hard to post as often as I wanted to, or even spend time improving my videos. I wasn't even sure what type of content I wanted to make at the time, so I posted videos on various Roblox topics. Most of these videos got little to no views, which honestly was a bit discouraging sometimes, but luckily, all of this would soon change. It was now October of 2021, and since I worked at a Christmas lights business, October was always the start of our peak season. During peak season, I would often work at least 10 hours a day, every single day of the week. It was pretty tiring, and it was hard to have much of a life during this time. The only motivation that kept me going was the big Christmas bonus we'd always get at the end of the season. My boss was unusually quiet about the bonus this year, and it took him a while to finally give us the details on it. When I was finally given that beautiful white sheet of paper that would reveal to me how much money I could make this season, I was severely disappointed. I was going to make about half of what I made last year, even though my responsibilities at my job have increased substantially since then. I was not happy at all, and in fact, I felt taken advantage of. I went to confront my boss about it, which led to a pretty big argument between us. Because of the argument, I felt like I was no longer in the right mental state to work that day. So I decided to walk towards the door to leave, but as soon as I got to the door, my boss quickly caught up with me and said, "If you walk out that door, you're not coming back." So, without hesitation, I walked out that door and I never came back. My life became pretty stressful after losing my job. I worried often about how I was gonna pay my rent and all my other bills without a steady income, especially since I was living alone with no roommate to help. I remember messaging my dad during this process, telling him how badly I wanted to work for myself. To try to make this happen, I used a skill that I learned from my job, 3D printing, and started a business where I'd make Roblox avatar figurines and sell them on Etsy. I also started another side business where I'd buy things on eBay and then resell them for profit. I thought a lot about posting more on the Liquate channel, but I still was unsure what type of content to make, and my channel wasn't even monetized yet, so it didn't really seem like a good thing to focus on just yet. Luckily, my two new businesses combined were enough to help me survive through the rest of 2021, and this was the first time that I finally felt like I was becoming what I had dreamed of since I was just a 10-year-old kid in school, an entrepreneur. Around this time, I also started dating a girl named Sarah, and you OGs out there will probably still remember her. It was now 2022, and although my businesses kept me afloat for a while, I started to struggle with money more and more with each passing month. eBay and Etsy just weren't cutting it for the bills anymore, and even though I was happy that I was now working for myself, I didn't feel very passionate about what I was doing, but being in a position where I had to do whatever I could to pay the bills, I was left with little choice in the matter. Later that year, in June of 2022, my brother Caleb sent me a Discord message, and in the message, he told me about this new Roblox game he found where players could choose to either donate Robux or try to get donated by others. The game, of course, was called Please Donate. And little did I know that this game and the creator of this game would soon change my life forever. As soon as I entered the game Please Donate, I remember my mind was instantly flooded with all sorts of video ideas. I literally had so many that I had to make a list so that I wouldn't forget them. This gave me the motivation that I needed to start posting on my channel again, and on June 24th, 2022, I posted my first ever Please Donate video. As I kept posting more and more videos, I started to fall in love with the community I was building, and I grew a strong passion for what I was doing. It felt like I finally found what I wanted to make videos on. Eventually, I would meet one of my first fans ever, a guy named Just a Guest. He was a small YouTuber, just like I was, and I remember one of the first things he asked was if I was monetized on my YouTube channel. I told him that I wasn't yet because I still had to reach the 4,000 watch time hour requirement. He then advised me to start doing Robux donation streams and Please Donate, explaining that it would help me get the watch time hours much faster, and it really worked. I hosted my first ever live stream on July 16th, 2022, and on August 17th, 2022, I officially became monetized and could finally make money on YouTube. After finally becoming monetized, my streams became a daily occurrence. Because of this, I was actually starting to make some money from super chats, ad revenue, and donations in my streams. It seemed like things were really starting to look up, but then, at the end of August of 2022, I found myself unable to keep up with my bills anymore, and I was forced to move out of my apartment. My girlfriend at the time, Sarah, kindly offered to let me live with her during this difficult time. She was living in an apartment with her son, my uncle Josh, and his girlfriend Haley as roommates. It was a small apartment with a lot of people, but this allowed rent to be dirt cheap, which made it possible to keep up with my bills with the small amount of money I was making from YouTube. After moving in, I quickly learned to adapt to this new environment and make it work. As the months went by, my channel grew, and the bills were becoming less and less stressful for me. However, I would often worry about what would happen if I ran out of Robux, because my channel depends heavily on having enough Robux for my live streams and videos. Over time, I started to desire so much to get an apartment again without any roommates. I loved everyone that I was living with, but having so many people around made it really difficult to be able to record or stream without any background noise. And my PC was set up in the only place that we had any room, the kitchen. The good old days when everybody would ask how my toaster was doing. Not only was this one of the most common places for people to walk in and out of, but the washer and dryer were also in the kitchen, and they were pretty noisy sometimes. Anyway, by the end of 2022, I received the most unexpected news. On December 13th of that year, Sarah told me that she was expecting a baby. And that was the moment that I learned that I was destined to become a father. My entire life, I always dreamed that when I finally had a kid, I would provide them with a good, stable life and give them everything that they could ever want. However, this dream seemed to be slipping right through my fingers. I had just started my YouTube career, and with the low amount of money I was making, I was nowhere near being ready to support a child. The more I thought about this, the more nervous I became. Since I needed to make money as fast as possible and I was dangerously low on Robux, I decided to sell my Valkyrie home that night to try to get some more. The very next day, on December 14th of 2022, even though I was going through an intense amount of emotions and stress, I decided to live stream since I desperately needed the money. Literally minutes after starting my stream, Hazem joined my game for the first time ever. It took me quite some time to realize Hazem was in my game, And right after I finally noticed him,
Whoa.
I freaked out a little bit.
Wait a second. No way. That's Hazem.
Hazem then proceeded to give me 3 100,000 Robux nukes. And in this very moment, Sarah and I started to feel the first glimpse of hope that we so desperately needed in the midst of all the chaos that we were dealing with. Later during the same stream, Hazem added me on Discord and sent me a private server link. After Hazem sent me the link, he rated my stream with his Discord members, making this the very first time I've ever had hundreds of viewers at once in any of my live streams. To my surprise, the link that Hazem sent me actually didn't take me into Please Donate, it took me into the Please Donate testing place. At first I wasn't sure why, but then Hazem showed me and everybody watching my stream the new Please Donate Christmas update before it was even released. I felt so honored that out of all the streamers out there, Hazem chose my stream to show off the new Christmas update. After excitedly exploring the new Christmas map for a bit, Hazem sent me another private server link, and what happens next changed everything. As soon as I joined the next private server, I was told to claim a stand. For anyone who plays Please Donate, you know exactly what that means. Hazem starts off with donating me multiple blimps, which are 10,000 Robux each, and as he kept donating, he kept increasing the amount of Robux with each donation. He went from 10,000 to 20,000 to 50,000, and then Hazem drops 2 1 million Robux smites. I freak out a little bit, and then I literally start to cry. Nobody knew this back then, but those tears were not for the Robux. Hazem had no idea that I recently lost my apartment. He didn't know that I've been striving to become an entrepreneur since I was only 10 years old. He didn't know that I've been struggling to make ends meet ever since I lost my job. And he certainly didn't know that just the night before, I had learned that I was going to be a father. Hazem had no idea that in this very moment, he changed my life. Hazem ended this unforgettable stream with a global notice in Please Donate that every player in-game would see. The notice said, "Subscribe to Luke123." Thanks to Hazem, I gained over 1,000 subscribers in a single day. I became much more known by the Please Donate community practically overnight, and after taxes, I had well over 1 million Robux that would help tremendously with my bills and saving for my future child. A huge weight had been lifted off of my shoulders, and for the next several weeks, I went from being so scared and so nervous about becoming a father to literally being so happy and so excited for the day I'd finally meet my future child. I remember often imagining how my child was going to look. I always really wanted a daughter, but I also thought it would be so amazing to have a mini-me. I'd even picture myself in the future with them, and I wondered a lot about what their personality is going to be like and what types of things they'll be interested in. Most of all, I knew that no matter what, I was going to love this child with all of my heart. January 7th, 2023 was a day that I was looking forward to. On this day, Sarah and I went to the doctor to get the first ultrasound, and if you didn't know, the ultrasound is the technology that allows you to see the baby before it's even born. This appointment is usually one of the most joyous moments for soon-to-be parents. Not only do you see your baby for the very first time, but you even get to hear its heartbeat. However, instead of seeing our baby, we got the news from the doctor that the baby we were expecting did not survive. We were heartbroken. I thought things couldn't get worse, but then, on January 25th of the same year, our apartment caught fire and we lost our home. Since Sarah, her son, and I had nowhere to go, we had to stay in a hotel. We couldn't afford to stay in the hotel forever though, and I wasn't sure where we could possibly go next, so I tried to make as much money as I possibly could by streaming and recording videos every single day while I was at this hotel. On January 29th of 2023, I did another stream at the hotel, but this stream was unlike any of my other streams. Hazem heard about my apartment fire and how I lost my home, so he joined my stream briefly, ordered us some pizza, which I happily enjoyed on stream, and then he dropped me the single biggest donation I've ever received to this day.
Sarah, you're not gonna believe this.
Of $2,500.
Yo, Hazem, you were insane, dude.
Not long after that, I used the money from Hazem to move into a new apartment, and I even streamed the first walkthrough of this apartment with some juicy quality for everyone on my channel to see. A few months later, due to personal reasons, Sarah and I split up. However, despite the breakup, I still live in the same apartment to this day. Ever since the events in this story, Hazem has helped me numerous times with Robux, adding up to about 8.3 million in total. His generosity has not only allowed me to survive and pay my bills in this apartment, he helped me to finally become the entrepreneur that I've always dreamed of, one that I really hope that my mom and my 10-year-old self would be proud of. Now, if there's one thing you can learn from this video, it's that your life is a story filled with good moments and also bad ones. But if you're watching this and you have a dream, pursue that dream with everything you've got. Enjoy the good moments and stay strong through the bad ones. You never know just how far you'll go or what blessings might come your way. The next chapter of your story could be the one that changes everything. You might just find your life suddenly changed for the better, like Hazem did for me. Thank you, Hazem.
Ba't ka nandito?
Roblox is way more fun when you have Robux. But Robux cost money, and that's not fun at all. Unless you have bucks.
If somebody asks me for 1,000 Robux, I have to say yes.
Why have you been ignoring me? I've been trying to talk to you for a while, but you always skip this video. Every time you come across it, you scroll past, thinking it's just another message. But today, will you do the same, or will you finally stop and listen? You're still here, right? That means something. Maybe this time you stayed for a reason. You weren't meant to skip this video. This message was meant for you. You see, sometimes we brush off things that are actually important, thinking we'll get to them later, but later doesn't always come. This time, it's different. You're here and you're meant to hear this. Please don't skip just yet. This is more important than you might think. If you stop listening now, you could be in danger, and I won't be able to help you anymore. This isn't something to take lightly. Treat this message like you would treat Jesus himself if he were speaking to you right now. That's how serious this is. Tap those buttons on your right, don't hesitate, and leave it.
If somebody asks me for 1,000 Robux, I have to say yes. If they ask me for 10,000 Robux, I have to say yes. If they ask me for 100,000 Robux, I have to say yes. If they ask me for 1 million Robux, I actually don't know what I'd do in this situation. I'd probably have to delete my channel or something. Welcome back to Please Donate, but I have to say yes to everything. So, we're gonna do this challenge in 3 phases. For phase 1, I will be on one of my alt accounts that is just a bacon for 1 hour, and I will say yes to everybody who begs me. For phase 2, I will use one of my wealthier alt accounts and say yes to every beggar for 30 minutes. And finally, for phase 3, I will be on this account, my main account, and I will be saying yes to every beggar for 10 minutes. Now, 10 minutes might not seem like much, but since I'm somebody in Please Donate who's known to have a lot of Robux, it can get pretty insane. Alright, as soon as I press this button, phase 1 begins. Alright guys, the timer has begun. Let's see how much we get begged as a bacon. And if you're wondering how I can afford to do this challenge on my alt accounts, basically all of the Robux I use in both phase 1 and phase 2 came from Robux I have in the Liquate group, which by the way are all thanks to those of you who buy the Liquate merch. And if somehow the begging gets so crazy that I run out of Robux, I have more group funds that I can distribute when needed. Alright, the good thing is I see a lot of people moving around and stuff. I feel like any moment now, somebody could be begging us. For the first couple minutes of this challenge, I walked around the map a little bit, hoping that somebody would come up to me and ask for some Robux, but unsurprisingly, things didn't get interesting quite yet. As you probably already know, anyone who sees a bacon pretty much just assumes that they're a complete noob, which of course makes bacons a lot less likely to get begged. But since I wanted to make sure that phase 1 was as entertaining as possible, I have a secret weapon that will definitely make phase 1 more interesting. But before I felt like it was time to reveal the secret weapon, I had a couple of other ideas to try first. I did not want to waste any time, so only about 2 minutes into the challenge, I spotted a fellow bacon in my server and gave him a little bit of Robux in hopes that it would attract some beggars. But unfortunately, as I watched in confusion and sadness, as people just walked by me like I didn't even exist, hello? Am I invisible? I realized that someone outdid me. Bro just donated 1,000 and then a 300? How dare someone else donate, and please donate. And after that, there was only one thing on my mind. War. I wasn't just gonna let this guy steal all the attention. I have a video to make and people to entertain, so to bring the attention my direction, I decided it was about time I live up to my name and show him what bacon power is all about. I quickly found a stand to donate to, and then I gave him 5 Robux. I mean, what'd you expect? My name's Bacon Power, not Hasm Power. Even though the donation was small, it actually managed to attract the first beggar of the video. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a little hard to tell what he was saying.
Are you able to donate 1 more Robux?
I think he just asked for Robux, it was hard to tell. So I followed him to his booth anyway and donated him 10 Robux. And funny story, I didn't even realize until now when I'm editing this video that this was the same booth that I just donated 5 Robux to. After that donation, several minutes passed and the server was feeling a little bit dead. I'm not gonna lie guys, this server is looking kinda dead. And if you saw my last Say Yes to Everything video, you'd know that at the end of every 10 minutes, if the server seems dead, I switch servers to try to keep things interesting. However, we still had about 3 minutes left in this server, so I wasn't ready to move on just yet. I walked up to this booth right here, donated 4 Robux, and in the very last 3 minutes of this server, nothing happened. So, I guess it's time for the next server. I noticed right away that there were quite a few wealthy people, and if this were my 0 to 10k series, I'd be pretty happy about that. The only problem though is since they're rich, they're probably even less likely to beg a bacon, and the next 8 minutes seemed to prove my point. Even after donating someone 10 Robux to get some attention, I spent this time just walking around without anyone bothering me at all, which, by the way, is something I really miss on my main account, where I get begged pretty much the moment I spawn in the server. Anyway, with only about 2 minutes left in the second server, I met this guy right here. As he approached me, I assumed he was gonna ask me for some Robux. Wait, what is this guy doing? Is he about to ask for something? He then said something in voice chat, but I couldn't understand what he was saying, so I asked him to type it instead.
It's fine.
It's fine? Wait, what do you mean it's fine? What's fine? I was obviously quite confused, but one thing I was sure of was that any second now he would ask me for some Robux, so I stood there anxiously waiting, and then he finally asked me,
How's it going?
oh. Pretty good, my man. How about you?
It's fine.
Am I making a friend right now? Glad you're doing good, man. Glad you're fine, man.
Yes, it's better.
Yo, guys, I think I just made a friend. What the heck? He ended up leaving without asking for a single Robux, and in a game like Please Donate, or most are there just for Robux and material things, it was really nice to meet someone like him who has literally nothing to his name that simply just wanted to make a friend. Because of that interaction, I arrived a little late to the third server, so to try to make up for the lost time, I decided to step it up a bit and start off with a 20 Robux donation. I waited for some beggars to arrive. However, the unfortunate truth is... Wait a second. Why is this tree looking at me like that? Oh my gosh. Did the donation actually work? Okay, as I was saying, since every time I was donating, nobody seemed to care, I was getting really tempted to use the secret weapon, but first, I had an idea. A risky idea. With about only 4 minutes left in the server, I walked over in this direction to find a place to hide, and then I typed something in the chat so bold that I might as well have just asked everyone in the server if they want free Robux. And after that, I was pretty much donating one person after another for all of the rest of the time on the clock. Is what I wish I could tell you, but no. Somehow that didn't seem to work either. Bro, which made me seriously start to question reality. How can I be sure this is please donate? But then, while I was literally seconds away from switching servers, this girl came up to me and finally...
Would you like to donate?
She actually asked. Yes, yes, yes! I've never been so happy to donate in my life. Here you go. Heck, take a 5 too. Here, you know what? Don't just take the 5 and the 10, take the 3 too. I'm feeling generous today. After that, I actually did draw a bit of a crowd, but this crowd wasn't how I expected them to be.
You're so kind. Yes, that's why I love bacons.
They were super nice people, and I was happy to have met them, but I was starting to run low on time, so in the next server, I felt like it only made sense to finally use the secret weapon. So, I guess it's finally time to reveal what I've been hiding from you this entire video. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. Is this a joke? This is seriously what you've been hyping up this whole time? Well, believe it or not, this actually makes Phase 1 so much crazier. Everybody on Roblox knows that if you have one of these Valkyries, you got some Robux. And if you look really closely, it literally says right here, I have this. There's no way I don't get begged now. I went up to this booth right here, donated 30 Robux. Turns out, it was a fellow bacon girl, and for some reason, she thought my donation was funny.
LOL.
After that, I went over to this group and simply said hi, but they just ignored me, so then I walked away. Not much later, one of them came back and said, "Can you donate me?" Of course, bro. So I gave him 20 Robux. His hippo friend right here then noticed my shirt.
I sold them out, so you have to give me a Robux right now.
So I gave him 20 as well, and then I saw the most vile outfit I've seen in all of my time on Roblox, and a bit later, this guy wanted some Robux too. His only button was 100 Robux, so I had to buy it. Next I met this guy, and apparently I'm just in time for his birthday, so to celebrate, I gave him 25 Robux, and after that, we were in the final server of Phase 1. There was only 9 minutes left, but since I wanted to end Phase 1 with a bang, I had a couple more tricks up my sleeve. I started right away with a pretty risky idea. Yo, what's up guys, how you doing? Using voice chat was scary because if anyone recognizes my voice, they might know that they could ask me for anything. But after a couple minutes of randomly talking to people, it didn't seem to be doing anything. But then I found this bacon who was literally named Bacons Are So Cool. So of course, I had to give him some Robux. A couple more minutes passed and somehow it was still dry. So I used my technique from earlier.
I have Robux.
And finally, this big guy right here asked me for a donation, and little did I know, this guy's smallest button on his booth happened to be the biggest donation of Phase 1. And somehow, I wasn't begged again for all of the rest of the time on the clock. Even though I knew that Phase 2 would obviously be crazier than Phase 1, I honestly had no idea what I was getting myself into. If you look at my avatar for this phase, I guess the recipe for this craziness is honestly pretty obvious. The first thing you might notice is the gigantic wings that are sure to make the stomachs rumble of any onlooker with a hunger for Robux. And once they're done staring at those gigantic wings, they're sure to notice the Festive Valkyrie, Pinstripe Fedora, Golden Flash Shades, and Purple Beast Mode, which are all items that, in the eyes of beggars, simply just look like Robux. If you thought that was crazy, I have not just one, but 2 secret weapons ready to use for Phase 2. Boom, the 30-minute timer has begun, and I'm not gonna lie guys, I'm a little scared. I already know this is probably gonna be way different and way crazier than Phase 1. Pretty much right after starting the timer, I noticed 2 things, oh my gosh, that seemed to repeat themselves throughout Phase 2. The first thing actually made me pretty happy. Oh my gosh, everybody here could pretty much use some Robux. Maybe not this Roblox developer guy, but everybody else. And honestly, it did make me a bit scared too. Oh my gosh, this is probably gonna be crazy. And it wasn't until here that I noticed the second thing. Phase 1 we started with a 5, this time we start with a 10. Hello? Hello? Okay, it took you long enough. Click! Oh, finally. So it seemed like Roblox was having some lag issues, but honestly, I figured it wasn't a big deal. Well, at least for now. It wasn't even 2 minutes in when I realized that Phase 2 was about to get crazy. This is when I found myself surrounded by my very first crowd, and right away, this person said,
"Donate to me."
And right after that, this person also said,
"Donate to me."
And we weren't done there yet either, because then this guy also said,
Hashtag, 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 hashtag.
Poor guy. He probably wanted some Robux. Oh well. After giving the first person 10 Robux, it seemed like the crowd was growing even bigger. What did I just join? I gave the next in line 10 Robux as well, and after that, Mr. Hashtags actually bypassed the filter, so I followed him to his booth, and the lag was starting to bother me. Bro, why am I lagging like this? Once I got to his booth though, I realized he only had 14 Robux raised, so I gave him 100, and I think it's safe to say that he was excited about it.
Hello game making. I like your outfit, and I like your name.
Aw, that's so nice. Did I just meet a really nice person?
Then you so cute.
I don't need your Riz, just take the Robux.
Nah, can you make 100?
People like this are exactly why I only say yes once per person. Soon, I was approached by multiple beggars, and as I donated them, it got me thinking. With how crazy this was already going, I was starting to really wonder if my idea for 2 secret weapons was overkill. I mean, both of these are much more powerful than Phase 1's secret weapon, so it honestly did worry me just how insane this might get. A little bit later, it seemed like things were finally slowing down, which meant that I could finally relax.
Donate to me.
Never mind. We were almost out of time for this server, so I gave her a little extra, and after that, it was time for the second server where I would be using Phase 2's first secret weapon. Before I was ready to unleash the madness of the secret weapons, I wanted to first see if anyone would beg me without using them. After about a minute though, nothing was happening, so I gave this random person 15 Robux, and after this, I was pretty confident that beggars would come. Alright, who's gonna ask first, bro? Look at this crowd of people. There's a lot of people here right now. Heck, looks like we already have one. Okay, well, maybe not them, but surely this guy. We were now already 3 minutes into the server, so I decided, nothing's happening, let's bring out the first secret weapon. And right as I said that, oh my gosh,
Hi.
he asked me to help complete his 100 Robux goal, and after I gave him the 100, it was time for the first secret weapon of Phase 2. As soon as I click this button, the first secret weapon is revealed. So the first secret weapon in the last phase was a shirt that said, "I have this," with a Valkyrie. Now take a look at this one. I told you it would be better than the last one, and this is just one of 2. Now, I do have to tell you, this isn't a real Valkyrie. It's actually a UGC copy, which only exists because Roblox totally gave up on fighting against them. And unless the beggar is so picky that he actually checks, they're not gonna know the difference. To help make sure that people actually notice the Valkyrie, I decided to give this bacon 10 Robux, but then I realized all of these bacons right here, they are bots.
They are bots.
And this reminded me of something else that I should probably tell you. I've gotten so many comments of people saying that I scammed them on an alt. Even if you ever see a bot saying that they're me, they are not me, so do not trust them. Please stop falling for it. And to whoever's making those bots, I'm coming for you. Anyway, I ended up giving the Robux to a real person instead, and while I waited for the madness to fully begin, I noticed that the bots seemed to really be taking over. How many bots are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think? 7, 8, 9, 10? That's almost half the server! What is going on? Which honestly was starting to make the server feel pretty dead. Oh my gosh, are there any real people left? Because of this, I took an even bigger risk and said, hello? Anybody want Robux? Why did I say that? 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 To my surprise, nobody seemed to even notice me, and to make matters worse, someone donated 1,500 Robux. Okay, bro, I got 2.5 minutes left in the server, and you go and donate somebody 1,500 Robux. This did bring life back into this bot-infested server, but all of the attention seemed to be going the wrong direction. Oh, okay. I still had some hope left though, so I gave this bacon 100 Robux so that hopefully people would come my way. Bring it on. And at first, it seemed like nothing changed, but then, oh my gosh, please say the magic words, Mr. Lonely. Please. Here, let me just say a hi, Mr. Lonely. Oh, bro. No wonder you're lonely. We were now already down to about 9 minutes, so as I clicked the button to join the very last server of Phase 2, I plan to start right away with the last secret weapon. I'm not gonna lie, this feels like a dumb idea. It literally says in bold letters, I am Liquate. What was I thinking? Now, the reason this secret weapon is especially risky is because many people in Please Donate know about my Say Yes to Everything challenges, and if they find out that I'm Liquate, they may just take advantage of it, and who knows what they might ask for. This should be about as crazy as it's gonna get before Phase 3, so let's see what happens. This time, I figured it would draw more attention if I started the server off with 2 different donations instead of 1, and I think I was right because just as I got right here to wait on the beggars,
Hello. Hi.
I was now waiting on 2 different people to ask me for Robux, and the time was ticking away. It took him about a minute before he finally said,
Can you donate me?
Yes, please. Since it's the last server, I gave him 100, and because I gave him 100, I gave the next person the same. After that, I met 2 other people.
Yo, hi, can I donate?
Since this guy asked faster, I followed him to his booth, and he didn't have 100, so I gave him 80. I then donated the slower guy too, and I was kind of surprised because it seemed like nobody was noticing my shirt, but I guess that's what happens when I take 2 months to make a flippin' video. We were now in the very last 3 minutes of Phase 2, and it seemed like things weren't gonna slow down anytime soon.
Please donate.
I gave him 100 Robux as well, and after that, this guy from earlier asked for a second donation. So it felt really good to be able to say, no, you only get 1. I'm a one-wish genie, okay? The next beggar right here didn't have any buttons bigger than 30, so I bought their 30, their 20, and their 15, and it seemed like the closer we got to the end of our time, the crowd was only growing bigger. This guy was the next person to ask for Robux, so I gave him 100, and even after all of these 100 Robux donos, this person only asked for 2, and since I'm only allowed to say yes, I had to buy their 2.
Thank you so much.
Dude, is this person really this grateful for only 2 Robux? Because of this, I gave her another donation, but this donation was actually the biggest donation of this entire video so far. This person was the next to ask, and right after I gave her the 100, there was an even bigger crowd filled with tons of people desperate to get some Robux. So naturally, I said, no to you, no to you, no to you, and you, and you, and you, and especially you. But of course, I only said that because we were out of time. If someone came up to me and told me that I have to describe Phase 3 in only one word, it would have to be chaos. Now, the start of Phase 3 was actually pretty peaceful. Could I just stand here and nobody noticed me? But of course, this is Phase 3 after all, so it didn't take long before I was noticed.
Could you donate me?
Yes, I can. Oh my gosh, it even says partner in chat, bro. Everybody's gonna see that. Oh, no. After I gave him 100, I met this guy.
You donate to me, please.
He didn't have 100 buttons, so I did the logical thing and gave him double. This guy was the next in line, and even though things were already getting crazy, he had only about 300 Robux raised, so I did something that made things even crazier. Whatever, just take my money, man. I don't need it anymore. And it's funny I should say that because after that, I was already being swarmed by a bunch of people hungry for my Robux. This guy was the first to ask, and do people not realize that you can run and please donate? Faster, man, run! Anyway, his biggest button was 100 Robux, so I just went with that. Next was this large rabbit-looking thing, and for whatever reason, I decided to make my life even more miserable. Why did I do that? I don't know. I don't know why I did that. Next up was my favorite species to ever exist, a Roblox bacon.
Could you be my first donator?
And this is where things started to get a little strange. As you can tell by my face here, I was a little suspicious. My mind was racing as I was trying to figure out why this bacon, a complete noob to Roblox, had his smallest button set to this much Robux. I didn't have any time to investigate though, so I just let it go and gave him the 4,000 Robux. It was no surprise that after that, I would continue to be swarmed, but what was a surprise to me was that someone noticed me. Oh no, somebody said sub to liquate. Oh no, that guy might know what I'm doing right now. I mean, I love my fans and all, but how the heck are you joining me when I have my joins off? Oh well, I'm sure it's nothing. I donated the next guy 200 Robux, and after that, I noticed I had even more fans in the server. I guess they're just getting lucky. I had a more pressing matter to attend to anyway, because it seemed like these crowds were starting to seriously get out of control.
Wait, please. Can't believe this is real.
Who's next?
1 second. I just need a quick breather. Yeah. This is nice. This is really, really nice.
I wish donate me. Sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face, sad.
Anyway, I was pretty sure that Jazz here was the first one in this crowd, so me and the entire server followed him to his booth as I bought his biggest button, which was 100 Robux. I gave the next guy 100 Robux too. Oh, and nice sign by the way, buddy. We were already down to only 3 minutes left, so I quickly chose someone.
How about me?
Okay, whoever you are, I got you. But unfortunately, I think I chose wrong, because this girl amplified my suspicions even further. Just like the bacon from earlier, her smallest button was way bigger than normal, and somehow she had over 160,000 Robux raised. Weird. Oh well, I have no choice in the matter. The next guy had only 44 Robux raised, so I decided to give him 1,000. I then followed this guy whom I believed was the next in line. Wait a second, I recognize that name, and I most certainly recognize that button. Did this guy seriously just change his outfit to try to get more Robux? Are you kidding me? Even though there were definitely some very strange things going on, my attention was quickly diverted because, with only less than 1 minute left on the clock, someone decided to rudely interrupt Phase 3. Hasm drops a 1 million Robux smite, and since the smite effect is so freaking loud, I had to pause the timer. While I was waiting on Hasm to chill out, more people were starting to gather around me, which honestly made me a bit anxious because I wasn't even sure how I was supposed to choose who I would donate first after the pause. A little bit later, the smite effects finally cleared, and I had an idea. I really wanted Phase 3 to end on a high note, and we had almost no time left, so I thought, I'll just start the timer again with the first person who asks for 1,000 Robux or more. To make sure that everyone was paying attention, I walked to a new spot, and then I typed this in the chat. I figured that this was subtle enough to not get everyone to ask for anything too crazy, but it should also hopefully get us started again soon. However, I was only right about one of those things. Did someone really just... Bro. Dude, there's no way. Like, I'm not even making this up, bro.
I did not expect it to end like this, end like this, end like this.
Titrap na yan. Titrap na yan. Oh, shoot the man. Shoot the man. That's quite rude.
Donating to people until they jump. Didn't even last 3 seconds. Thank you. More. Well, he hasn't jumped yet. Thank you so much, bro. More. Kinda getting annoying, but he hasn't jumped yet. More. Finally.
Thank you so much.
I am so thankful. Thank you, lol. Wanna be friends? You are so kind.
At least he's nice.
No way. OMG. I used to have no Robux, and now I am so happy.
Okay, he deserves this.
Thank you so much.
Donating to people until they
Vertices. A stick of cash. Hana, don't smack it like that. Give me it nga. Kulit, kulit, muy. Kulit, kulit, muy. Kulit, kulit, muy. Happy birthday!
Kuya, why does it say peer? Peer father.
Dear. Hana, look, this is what you hear in McDonald's. And what you hear in 7-Eleven.
Kuya,
You know?
why did your handwriting like this?
The pen ran out eh. And the ink.
Why did this one is clear?
That's when the ink comes in. Back of Bibles, the back of the... Ay. Kuya, paubod nga. Paabot. Thank you. Nandiyan mo yung mga phone mo. Hana, I think my phone is lost na. Wala na, okay lang. Pwede naman akong mag-computer eh.
Forever? How will you go?
May messenger ako dito.
Is there nanay and tatay?
Yeah. Mall Amang. Mall Amang.
Kuya, why you
motion pulling
Uy,
control.
kuya!
Paris,
Why
baby.
is Kuya Hunter sleeping?
Because you're sleepy already. Malamang, maliming. Oy, bere ka ba? Bere ka ba? Bere ka ba? Bere ka ba?
Bro,
Oh,
bro,
oh,
this is so messed up.
what happened?
This is actually so bad,
What
bro.
happened?
And people think it's funny. Wait, I'm gonna send you the
Wait.
video.
Hannah, give me it back. Hannah. Oh, Hanta, give me your phone. Wait. Get out, Hanta.
If you only give me this.
The what? No. You have a headset already.
Not for Kuya.
You can borrow it from Kuya. Ay, Kuya. Ah. Di. Ana. Di, oh. Di, kinugulot ako ni Ana. Ginugulo niya yung buko. Ay, tas yung headset ko. Tas pinabalog niya yung keyboard ko. You're stealing. Then that means you don't love God. Ay, nako. Push me. Push. Dear Hannah, kawan mo. I'm gonna bend your arm till there's no more bend.
What do you mean watch? Paano si Kuya?
Day trap na yan. Wait. Gonna hit my daily instruction.
Did you look at the video I sent you? Clarence, did you see the video I also sent you? Bro, Clarence. He's gone, Luigi. He's gone. Clarence.
Ano, bukas? No, pagkatapos gym? O pagka ano na lang? Pagka gising? Dito pa. Pag napaayos ko na yung mga babasa ngayon, so papaayos ko. Tignan na ako sa baba. Mas ganito, patay ka dito. No? Papatay ka pa. Palayan mo lang. Chilyo. Hindi kahit nag-chilyo siya, puta. Okay lang, kahit masaksak niya ako. Basta putasan ako. Pag nasaksak ka, kailangan maalis yung ano, di ba? No?
Dapat dumugo.
Tapos kailangan tatakpan mo, no?
Di ba sa basta pag nasaksakan dumugo lang?
Sakit. Kakasama ko konti. Kailangan may ganito ngayon. No?
Kasi before nag-aaway. Mga nakabait na nakakawin na sinasaksak sila. Nag-aaway siya dahil.
Walang dapat, no?
Bait ka lang nakamotor yung kaaway niya, mas nakabait siya. Sinaksak yung nakamotor. Yung green light, pagka green light, sinaksak sa ganito. Sa CCTV.
Nahuli.
Ah. Okay na yan, akala nung lalaki okay na.
Yung mga nabibiling ano eh. Mama. Kahit hindi mo na touch. Bilang pa naman ang tayo sa Pilipinas.
forgot they were in the call. Kain mo. Kain mo. So, bro,
Hindi na ako bukas.
Clarence.
Ate ako sana. Bakit yun?
Kain.
Hannah! Hannah, let's share a trip.
Kasi pagdating ko, kung hindi ako lagi ako nasa school. Kaya alam daw niya. Hindi, pagbabahin sa kanila hanggang sa baba. Palusong. Baba. Bago lagi mo na pababa, merong arko doon.
Bro,
Aakit pa rin sila. Dapat pa sila dito sa store, ha? Bago pa sila tatapos sa store, di ba? Sabi na, tutungan. Diretso pa doon. Tapos sa bago bumaba, may arko doon na mag-i-step na tayo.
Kuya!
Kain yan.
Arms up high.
Sarap.
Kain yan.
Saan yung camera ko?
Kuya, sa'yo na to. Sa'yo. Ayoko na yun. Ayaw na.
Hoy.
Not good mo yan.
Jesus is both God and God's son. Hunter,
What? What?
I changed every Game Pass.
Oh. Cock.
Bahe. Baby. Thank you so much. Shadow clock. Oh. No way. the Lord Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. Gotta poo. 45 million o'clock. Money. Sorry.
Hotdog na yan.
So,
Bro, I don't know what's happening to my school, bro. My classmates are gossiping about other people. Clarence, I'm gonna bike tomorrow.
Bike tomorrow?
No, I'm just gonna bike here and there. Clarence,
Hmm.
what are we gonna, you wanna like, ay, mali. So I'm gonna bike tomorrow, right?
Hmm.
Just here. I'm gonna do a couple of speed tests. Then like I'm gonna just chill. Then never mind. Bro, Clarence,
Hmm.
do you want to know how cleats feel like?
What?
It feels like you know how magnet feels like.
Magnet? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a magnet, but you have to do some work to clip it in.
It's gonna feel weird for me. I always used to like resting this feet and go to the other. So that's why I'm
You're gonna
trying.
be able to use 100% power because you're rotating the whole thing. Do you want to try my cleats? My cleats.
No.
Cleats.
I don't think so.
Why? Why?
I
Just
just
a
wanna
warning.
wait for the time that I get my thing.
Just, bro, if you try my cleats, just a warning, it is quite tight. It's quite the tight,
So prideful. Prideful.
bro. Bro, Clarence, wanna play something? Bro, Clarence,
Hmm.
is it okay to test people to confirm like if they sin or not? Because like, do you think it is a sin to test if they would do something bad? Bata ka, bata ka, bata ka. Clarence Hisuga, bata ka, bata ka, bata ka, bata ka, bata ka, bata ka. Clarence, are you in there? What is that? Anong ginagawa mo?
Hmm.
I've been doing this since I was 9.
Ano yan? Ano yan, buto? Ano ba yan? Buto? Buto ba yan o bones? Buto ba yan o bones? Buto ba yan o bones? Uy. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I have so much fat, bro.
Clarence, are you there?
Hmm.
Is it a sin to test people? Because like my classmates are like being mean to my friend, and we're gonna see if they would do it.
I mean, you're causing others to sin.
Ano? Oo nga no. Oo nga no. Remember who you are. Bark! Remember who you are.
Set your heart ablaze! Set your heart ablaze.
Walang ingay. Bro, Clarence. I'm dying. I think. Kung si Clarence eh. Bro, when is your bike at Clarence, actually, when is your bike at Bro? Bro. Clarence, I'm trying to talk to you.
Oh,
When is your bike gonna get fixed?
I actually don't hear you, bro. Can you use your volume operator?
Bro. Hi. Oh.
It's worse. Like I can barely hear the background music.
What about this? What about this?
I can barely hear you. Wag na nga.
What about this? What about this?
Yes,
What about
yes,
this?
yes, yes, yes.
Bro, Clarence.
Yeah.
I forgot my question. Ang tagal mo kasi. Tagal mo kasi.
I can finally hear you.
Bro, Clarence. Bro, Clarence. I don't see you running anymore.
Ano ulit?
Why don't you run anymore?
Mostly because we don't have time, and mostly because I got a bike, mostly because we planned something but it rains. Yeah.
What do you think I could get with no wind resistance with cleat? What do you think? Tao.
I think a little bit of like 50 o'clock.
Maybe. Now imagine on your bike with fleet.
Yo, he's so cute. What's up with this guy?
Do the fart, do the fart, do the fart. Bro, Clarence. You know my GTR?
Yeah.
I can't use it anymore.
Why?
I disassembled it.
Bro. I still have
Well,
your
like,
RD.
I didn't disassemble the whole thing. I only disassembled the chain ring, so I can't pedal it anymore. Bro, Clarence. Never mind. I'm annoying. I always call you. Although
It's 10:30.
You
John Chapter 10, verse 30.
Oo nga, no? Oo nga, no? Oo nga, ni. Oo nga, ni.
Jesus and God are one.
Bro, Clarence,
Hmm.
can I share my screen? Let's look at my profile, then let's like react to it.
Okay.
We're not gonna react to yours because yours is just your graduation pic and your profile picture. Okay, let's go. Oh no, okay, let's go. Sorry. Clarence, are you looking?
Wait a minute.
Are you looking? Are you looking with the broken? 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 Are you looking with the
Bro, can we actually just go to Discord?
Okay. Ini-edit ko
Share your
yung club.
screen. Share your screen.
So, yung ano.
Pang. Wait. No, I don't think I edited my stream. Oh shoot.